Hello everybody, welcome back to another light novel review. Today I am talking about volume number 2 in Natsume Akatsuki's light novel series, Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World. So when we pick up with our characters, they are still dealing with the fact that they have a massive debt incurred from saving an entire city. I mean, go figure, right? But in this case, Kazuma is faced with the fact that winter is coming and sleeping in a stable is going to be problematic at best. And so in this volume, we follow through a couple of different little events that our characters go through. We have a day where Kazuma basically trades his team to another loudmouth adventurer who seems to think that he's got everything going for him. And then we also have our characters taking care of a haunted house. And then we have our characters being forced to face a massive destroyer that is threatening to absolutely flatten the city that they live in. Konosuba, as some of you pointed out to me in volume number 1, it pretty much doesn't care about the whole demon lord story about, oh, let's go kill the demon king and get back to Japan or do whatever. It really doesn't seem to care. It is really more of like a fantasy slice of life type story where our characters just kind of crash from situation to situation. Half the time their own sort of zaniness and such seeming to get them into the hot water that they then have to deal with. It's, you know what, there's not a lot to say that's a lot different from volume number 1. We have an absolutely great cast in this series. They all have these zany sort of funny quirks to them. We have Kazuma, who is the supposedly weakest character, who in a lot of ways is the strongest character just because of his smarts. We have all of this kind of funny interplay between the characters and a couple of sort of, how do we put it, situations that characters find themselves in that are kind of very funny because of the misunderstandings that have caused them. You know what? This series is just a hell of a lot of fun, and I'm not telling any of you who have watched the anime or read the web novels or any other fan translations, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. This is a lot of fun. This is really just following Kazuma as he tries to get through his day-to-day with these absolutely insane individuals surrounding him. And I kind of liked how in this one, and I mean, it was sort of similar in the first one, but in this one, definitely you can sort of cut between these individual sort of storylines that happen. It all has a really nice flow. Like, it doesn't feel choppy, like this is this day, then this is this day. They all kind of feed in. Like in the first day, Kazuma meets up with these other adventurers that he goes out with because, well, you can read it. Those characters that he meets then become characters that carry on through the whole book. And it's that kind of thing where every new sort of storyline that we have or new sort of obstacle or event, it all feeds in so that as you keep going, it just feels like it's adding all of this stuff up instead of being really just strictly distinct individual stories. It really is. It's just like following these characters through their life. And as they meet new people, as they find new locations, fight new monsters, learn new skills, all of these things stack up one on top of the other until, of course, we get to the end, which leaves us on a cliffhanger. And we all know how much I love cliffhangers. So I will definitely be in for volume number 3. If you liked volume number 1, this is all the exact same stuff that you loved about volume 1, but just taken even a bit further. And there's a couple new characters that we meet that are a lot of fun. There's, I mean, it's just, I think it's like, that's one of the things that I said about volume number 1 that I'd say is just even as present, if not more present in this, is that you have a very self-aware author. You have an author who really knows the audience that's reading these books and that's loving these books and really knows what it is that sets these books apart from other isekai type stories, and just goes in wholehearted on all of it. And yeah, I can't get enough of this series. You know what? They can't bring out new volumes fast enough for me. Really a series that I absolutely loved, and I enjoyed volume 2 just as much as volume 1, had just as many good laughs out of it. Highly recommend Konosuba. But again, all of you that have already experienced it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But any of you who haven't, what are you waiting for? Konosuba, you really need to check it out. It's a great series. I mean, the books are kind of thin, which I'm looking at like how long I've been recording. I mean, these are shorter reviews for these ones because, I mean, I can't get into too much without spoiling a whole lot of what happens in the book. All I can tell you is that it's really good comedy, and it is played so much for laughs, but it feels like the world building is sort of coming into this bit by bit. But definitely, it's a lot of fun. It's a great series. I really enjoyed it, and I will be definitely back for volume number 3. So my next review is going to be on volume number 1 of Blue Steel Blasphemer, and that is by Ichiro Sakake. Now, I am kind of looking forward to this one because Sakake was the author of Chaika, the Coffin Princess. It was an anime that I really enjoyed. I did a little research on this. It looks like there's only like 4 volumes of this series, and then I think that's it. So I'm interested to see how this one goes, being sort of a more compact type series. And hey, fantasy setting with a character who's a gun nut and creates like custom rifles and stuff. I mean, it could be pretty cool. I'm looking forward to checking it out. So that'll be my next review. And hey, if you love light novels and you're brand new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe to check out all of my future reviews, including my review of Blue Steel Blasphemer. And I've got links to my old reviews if you want to check those out as well. I appreciate you joining me in this video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Until then, bye-bye for now.